Hello. If you are new, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. In talking about this movie, I'll preface by saying I'm generally not a huge fan of horror movies. Gory stuff, someone being stabbed through the eye, psychological thrillers. If left to my own devices and picking the movie, it's not something I would often pick. This was something my girlfriend wanted to see, so here we are. As I'm trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground, I went in really wanting to give this movie a good review. I went in wanting to like this movie, so let's talk about it. But before we do, please hit that like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to be able to build this channel. I should warn that there will be spoilers. If you want to turn this off and then come back, I don't know how to talk about this and there not be any spoilers, so you've been warned. I'll start by saying this was based on a novel by Frida McFadden. Having not read the book, I wouldn't be able to tell you how the movie compares to the novel. If you have read the book, perhaps you can tell me about it in the comments. The movie opens with Millie, played by Sydney Sweeney, being interviewed for a job as a live-in housekeeper for a wealthy family. Conducting the interview is Nina Winchester, played by Amanda Seyfried. At first glance, she's very friendly. The job offer is very generous. Millie, will later learn, is on parole, is eager to accept this job. The very next scene, we witness Nina's manic episode. Throughout the film, you'll see instances of Nina telling Millie one thing, then frantically saying, "That's not what I said." One scene where Nina frantically calls Millie to have her pick up their daughter Cece from dance class. When Millie arrives, another mother tells Millie that Cece is going to a sleepover, to then call Nina to have her confirm. In another scene, Nina asks Millie to book tickets to a Broadway show, dinner, and a hotel, to then say, she never said, I never said that. It's coming out of your pay. The husband, Andrew, in all instances, seemed to be defending Millie. In the case of the latter, Andrew will go with Millie to the show and dinner, and when too much alcohol and a storm forces them to stay at a hotel. Millie, who was without phone service when she gets her phone service back, will find multiple missed calls and frantic texts from Nina, with the last text reading, "You're fired." When she confronts Andrew, the two begin to hook up. The two will race to beat Nina back home. When Nina returns home, we are made to believe that everything is fine. Nina gives Millie her car and a credit card to use to run errands. Then in the next scene, Millie is pulled over by the police. The credit car is reported stolen, along with some expensive clothes. In an earlier scene, Nina told Millie she could have. Having had enough of Nina's cruel, romantic behavior towards Millie, Andrew ends his marriage and begins an affair with Millie. We are now thinking that Millie at last found her Prince Charming. We now find her locked in a attic room for breaking some expensive plates and not cleaning them up. When we next see Nina, she lets us in on her past. As a student, she had an affair with a professor, resulting in her having CC. As a single mother, she meets the wealthy Andrew Winchester, who becomes her Prince Charming. Not long after that, he puts her through years of psychological torture, the locked room in the attic. Her way out was to find another woman for Andrew to save. Her finding Millie, knowing that Millie is an ex-con with limited resources. Back to Millie and her psychological torture in that locked room in the attic. She does manage to turn the tables on Andrew, to have Nina arrive, and everything you would expect in a psychological thriller ensues. With a screenplay by Rebecca Sonnenschein, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, I did like the way Nina's story was told and how it tied back to Millie. Directed by Paul Feig, he's better known for his comedies such as Bridesmaids. This movie lacks any real suspense, nothing that hasn't been seen before on any Lifetime movie or, in this case, Cinemax After Dark. Sydney Sweeney's performance felt wooden, not very engaging. It was difficult to want to root for her as the so-called protagonist. Amanda Seyfried's manic episodes felt very over the top to the point where it was almost cartoonish. Brandon's Skinar, again, apologies if I'm butchering the name, his defender turned torturer didn't feel believable. So if 5 stars is excellent, 4 stars very good, 3 stars good, 2 stars okay, 1 star poor, I give The Housemaid 1.5 out of 5 stars. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Until next time.